Schools are currently making the cell phone crisis a lot worse. Just like the war on drugs, the war on poverty, the war on terrorism, other things our society has unsuccessfully attempted to change. And one reason when it comes to cell phones is it's really not about those crazy kids and their phones these days, those Generation Zers. Now, it's more like kids hooked on something as addictive as cocaine, and they ain't being addressed. And if we're being honest, it's not just kids and their phones, it's all human beings and their addictions. It's that kind of issue. Now, just look around the faculty meeting next time this conversation comes up, and I promise you, the ones complaining most are often the ones that are on their phone the entire faculty meeting and are sitting in the back row scrolling through Facebook, kind of nodding, not even aware they're also just as addicted as their students. Heck, right now, you probably came on here for something else and you stumbled upon this video. It's an addiction. Now, let's be honest, our society is not too good at handling addictions. See, we think you can scare, shame, punish your way right past addictions. And sure, you need some hard boundaries, but the problem is we only deal with the symptoms instead of addressing the root causes. When you shame somebody about whatever it is they're addicted to, what do? They turn back to their addiction to get out of the pain and shame that they are now experiencing. This addiction is different from any humans have ever faced before, and far worse and more dangerous than any. Let me paint a picture for you so you know exactly what human beings are up against when it comes to our phones these days. Now, I remember back in the 90s when I was a kid growing up, I mean, it was a big deal if your buddy got like a TV in their room. Like, what? They got a TV in their room? And I know generation before that, even the house had TV. Now, to be fair, maybe this happened earlier in other parts of the country, but where I'm from, Chester, South Carolina, this was a big deal in the 90s. All right, anyway, now parents, psychologists, teachers worried so much about the constant distractions. What will kids watch locked away in their rooms? Today, and we don't just have TVs in our rooms, we got TVs in our hands 24 hours a day with access to not a few hundred channels, but infinite channels. We're connected to everything, everywhere, and everybody all at once. And the content to keep you coming back for more is not just designed by the smartest minds out there, it's designed by the smartest type of intelligence, AI, the world has ever known in terms of analytical intelligence. Making algorithms custom made for each user to keep you hooked, coming back for another hit of this drug. I mean, it tracks everything you do, knows where you go, how long you spend on what you look at, even records conversations during the day. And the sad part is what keeps us coming back are what? Things that make us angry, scared, or inflate or deflate our ego. That keeps us scrolling. See, addictions thrive on what? Depression, stress, and boredom. That sounds a lot like how our school feels to many of our students. So schools, ironically, are the perfect environment for making people addicted. And this is what we just give our kids without warning them at all, how they're being manipulated. As Todd Scholl says, we need to rehumanize education. It's like we've made a system for robots, and now we want to ban the robots from participating. Well, maybe we need to design a system for human beings, not human robots, and how not through legislation, but how through education can we make ourselves and our youth more aware of how to meaningfully use technology instead of just being used by technology. And this is a great function of schools that will help build stronger students, yes, but then what? Also a stronger, wiser society that can then do amazing things with this amazing technology. Unlike cocaine, which pretty much only has an addictive side of it.